Recently, this video went mega viral. Is Valorant spyware? And today we're going to be looking at whether that is true or not.
But didn't Riot get bought by Tencent or something?
Now, everybody knows Riot is owned by China, but is this dangerous or not is the question.
Baba Bowie.
WestJett.
What is up, Vic Stars and Pablo Escobars? WestJett 605, Venezuelan trillionaire here, and today we're talking about spyware. Oh, and literally 0% of you are subscribed, so be sure to subscribe. Yeah. We all know that Valorant's Vanguard is a very invasive anti-cheat. Mudahar said it best.
This runs in ring 0 for the Windows kernel permissions, meaning that it has administrator access.
In modern day gaming, in order to remove cheaters, you sort of need a kernel level anti-cheat, but you know, Riot's runs 24/7, even if Valorant's not on, and that is a little shady.
If I were an anti-cheat software, why would I need to be running on someone's computer the whole time?
Now, low-key, that's sus. That's slim shady, but you know what else is sus? This video's spoiled. Imagine you're browsing the web, looking for funny photos of clove, when suddenly your computer's compromised, hackers got in. Well, no worries. Meet ComboCleaner, today's video sponsor. Keep yourself safe with ComboCleaner and make sure scenarios like this never happen in the first place. ComboCleaner cranks 90s on excess and duplicate files and offers clean yet simple solutions for keeping your disk clean. I can't stress this enough. Web protection is extremely important, and cyber warriors are after your data. All plans come with a premium app filled with easy, intuitive features, which makes avoiding viruses very simple. ComboCleaner is the most complete utility application to keep your devices clean from clutter or malware. Available for Mac, Windows, iOS, and even Android. Download ComboCleaner today using the link in the description or my promo code and get 80% off for the PC and Mac versions of ComboCleaner. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you get free customer service from cybersecurity expert.
Simply doesn't make sense. And I think this is what we need to pay more attention to. The behaviors that we're being forced into, not necessarily the fact that it loads a kernel level driver, because applications do that. What concerns me more is they have set up the system in a way that people are going to have this application from Tencent running on their computer the whole time.
I personally think that TikTok being potentially banned by the US government started like a little spark that turned into a bonfire of like discussion on cybersecurity, and it's interesting. Because why is Valorant the only anti-cheat that runs 24/7, even if your game is off? Faceit doesn't have this, Counter-Strike doesn't have this. It's interesting. It's a little something to think of.
If you want an application to be able to monitor and police what's happening on your system, it has to be embedded in the system.
If you don't know what Faceit even is, Faceit are like third-party servers you play on Counter-Strike to avoid cheaters. They have their own platform. It's like pretty cool. Their own rank system. It's decent. And they also got their own kernel level anti-cheat. Very cool.
But here's the thing that makes Valorant different. Faceit's anti-cheat can be turned off at any time. And if I wanted to, I could simply relaunch it, opening the app. But with Valorant, if I want to go ahead and exit out of Vanguard, it gives me a warning saying that the game depends on its functionality and will stop working until I restart my computer. And that is actually correct.
Now, without a shadow of a doubt, Valorant does have access to like all our files and all our data, but the question is, are they going to use it in a malicious way or even use it at all? If Valorant and Riot Games did use your information, not only would they lose their reputation entirely, they would probably lose billions of dollars and like, you know, lose their like operating rights in the US. I don't know.
Using the internet for 6 hours before you decide to get into a Valorant game, and Vanguard's going to be running the whole time if you want to be able to quickly start up and load your game when you want to play. Now,
somebody tell me why he drinks like that, though. What the hell? I love Oni Pickles, but we got to talk about this. We can't let this slide. One thing I can't let slide is Valorant. They didn't have Christmas skins this year, but you bet your ass they had the Chinese New Year. Like, goddamn, Valorant. If you want to instill a social credit system, just pitch it with Super Idol. You'll get me. Hook, line, and sinker. Would all join. It would be the CCP members.
Now, for you technical folk, there are also different levels of kernel access, and it turns out Valorant needs very significant kernel access, and that's one of the excuses as to why it needs to load up with the system when you restart. But that's not convincing for me, especially considering there are other applications that manage to do it without.
Valorant's basically an Among Us imposter. You know they're the imposter, but they haven't invented yet. There's no like inconceivable proof that they are malicious or will do anything with your data.
And then when you add a nefarious end-user license agreement that includes a forced arbitration, so you can't even have a class action lawsuit against them? I don't know, but that just sounds a little bit messed up.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that everything that comes from China is bad. I'm not xenophobic. I am. But I can wrap my head around why people are sussed about Valorant. It's sort of like the TikTok scenario, you know? It's a national security risk. It could very well be one. It's kind of funny how they get you with the terms of service. Now, I don't really read the terms of service. I got grilling to do, but like...
I think this is what we need to pay more attention to. The behaviors that we're being forced into. Not necessarily the fact that it loads a kernel level driver, because applications do that. What concerns me more is they have set up the system in a way that people are going to have this application from Tencent running on their computer the whole time, whether or not they're playing Valorant.
No doubt about it, data is incredibly valuable and companies will pay upwards of billions of dollars for it. But the question is your individual data valuable to you? I know a lot of people that will sacrifice some of their privacy in order to get a good anti-cheat and prevent cheaters from ruining their gaming experience. And, you know, that's valid. It's fair. Because Valorant's anti-cheat is the most invasive, it's obviously going to be the best anti-cheat. And Valorant, in general, has the least cheaters out of every game. I think we can all agree on that point. In my opinion, it's sort of a trade-off you have to take. Like, you give up a little bit of your privacy, but you have no cheaters ruining your games. And I know a lot of people will take that trade.
The Vanguard driver can be uninstalled at any time. It'll be Riot Vanguard and add or remove programs. If that's true, and of course it is, because you can do that, why not allow us to toggle it on or off? Why is it a 24/7, as long as your computer is fired on, a requirement? I get it. You want to make sure code isn't running all the time, but how can we trust that this isn't collecting information or scanning the system just on your word?
But genuinely, guys, I'm asking you, why does it have to run 24/7 when Valorant isn't even on? That makes no sense at all. Like, I get the concept that it boots up before you can boot up any cheats to even, like, play around with them, but if it was a good working anti-cheat, wouldn't it be able to detect the cheat if you were running it in-game, especially if it has kernel access? Like, what? Like, we're not gonna get started on CS2's anti-cheat because that doesn't even exist. Like, the actual game has no built-in anti-cheat. It's a shithole. Don't even get this comparison started, but Faceit is pretty good.
In order to have a good gaming experience, you just need to let it run on your computer the whole time. I don't know. There's something about that puts me off. It just seems to line up too conveniently for a data collection company like Tencent.
Maybe I'm naive or stupid, but I've never heard an answer to why your data is valuable. I understand if you're a government official or work for the CIA, FBI, KGB, but, like, if you're working at Burger King or Wendy's, like, what are they really gonna do to you? Like, let's say, hypothetically, they saw your bank information. They'd be upset. They'd be like, damn, insufficient funds, minus $5 in overdraft? They'd probably give you some money at that rate. Also, don't take my word as law. I'm a moron. I'm a Valorant/drama channel. Don't take anything I say seriously. Take it all with a grain of salt. I do, however, suggest you watch the video to the fullest and check out the PC Guy's security channel. In conclusion, Valorant could very easily be spyware. It's encrypted. We wouldn't know if they're actually snitching to China, and at the end of the day, I don't think a lot of people care. To a lot of people, this isn't a deal breaker. It's like, on one hand, you get spied on by China. On the other hand, you get no cheaters and a positive gaming experience. And I think a lot of people will choose the latter. But anti-cheat running 24/7 is a little sketchy and sus, but if Valorant ever acts on it and gets exposed for something like this, it would completely destroy their company, even faster than they're doing it themselves.
Let's go! 'Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away,